without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, hat pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, but darling, you were meant to survive. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. Just like a seed in a garden, you will grow to be tall, staring out over miles of land without.
Welcome to Eagle Vision for Wednesday, September 15, 2021. I'm Tay, and today's top story features the former student Serenity Holloway. Serenity has had quite the career already in the U.S. Air Force. The story of how she found herself traveling the country in a rock band is fascinating. Last week, Serenity was in town to sing the national anthem for the Southern Heritage Classic, and she dropped by the school for an in-depth interview with Mr. Lewis.
Mississippi, this is your song. So for all the righteous people who won't let you forget when you were wrong. In the past they've written songs for everything that's red, white, and blue. It's been a long time coming, Mississippi. This one's for you.
Serenity,
Yes.
how many years has it been since you graduated?
It's been 3 years since I graduated.
3 years. Your plans took like a 180 turn
Yes.
on their head from the time you left high school to where you're at now. So
Correct.
tell us the story. You graduated high school. What were the next steps that happened?
So after I graduated high school, I thought I'd give myself a chance with music. I tried to go to performing arts school. I visited the idea of going to a normal college, 4-year college. And then I was on Playbill, which is a website where performing arts or musicians, instrumentalists, they go and they find jobs. So I saw on Playbill where they were having auditions to be in the regional band. So I flew to Lackland at San Antonio, Lackland Air Force Base, and I auditioned. I was in front of a panel. I did 6 songs in total. I sang the anthem and I sight read a little bit. I auditioned for that and I got the audition, and from there I did basic training. I went through basic training, and then from basic training you go straight to your duty station, and there I am an active duty musician. I'm a vocalist in the rock band Starlifter. So that's pretty much what I do.
Is it normal to land that young in the Air Force in that position?
No, sir. So most of Air Force musicians, they normally come in with already a bachelor's degree in their instrument or in their vocal shred. So it's a rare thing for someone fresh out of high school to get the job, just because of the requirements that they expect you to be at a certain
You were
level.
young.
I was pretty young. I was 19
Right.
when I got in. So yeah, I got pretty lucky with the situation. It's not a thing that they never do, but just with the percentage of musicians that are in Air Force, they have their bachelor's degree already in music.
What was that selling point when you were on that website and you were like, I've never even thought of this? Like, what switched in your mind that led you down that path?
So before I got in, I didn't know that it was a actual job in the military. It is a shred that is exactly, what you do, active duty, and they do have Guard and Reserve bands as well. But if originally, my mom showed me the flyer and I told her no. That was my first train of thought. You think in the military and you think, hey, I have to do all these things. You don't know what you're getting into. And I told her no for the first time. And then I started doing my research about, the mission of the bands, the military bands, and what we do every day in and out, and what our goal is. And I realized that it's exactly what I want to do in my life. What I'm saying? So as a musician, it's hard, it's hard to find, well-paying jobs and stable, and, it's a different situation on the outside. So for the military to have an opportunity for you to do exactly what you love to do, which is music, and get all of the benefits and everything, that's a win-win to me.
Tell me a little bit about your background in music. Like, at what age did you start saying, I love singing?
So I've been singing ever since I can remember. For a long time, and even before I could talk, I would hum to the radio, and I knew from an early age when teachers or my mom or family members would ask me, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to be? It was always a singer. It's always to sing and perform for people, never changed. And I kept that drive all the way up until I graduated, and it's landed me to where I am now.
You got off of basic training. What were the next steps in the Air Force? Like, how did you end up in the band? What's the name of the band again?
So I'm in the band of Mid-America.
Okay. What were the next steps when you got out of basic? Like, how did you land where you currently are?
So the next step would be I would leave the training base that I trained, and I would they assign you to a band, and it varies, and they assigned me to the band of Mid-America at Scott Air Force Base in Illinois. So from there, I went straight to my duty station, and I literally started working from there. I think I had a TDY, we travel, we call them TDYs, but just on the outside you would call them gigs,
right.
We would gig, and my first one was literally a month later. So you come in, they hire you, they expect you to know what you're doing, so they send you right out there from the
right. At this point, you're considered a professional.
Correct. So I went on a gig my first couple of months being in.
Okay, so for somebody watching and not really knowing the background of how all of this works in the military, y'all have rehearsal spaces? Like, how does it all work?
So every day we rehearse. You're assigned to a band. We have different ensembles. So I am in the rock band. We have people in jazz combo, and then we have a concert band, the band that makes
like a wind band,
right, and it makes up everybody in most of everyone in the entire unit, and depending on what band you're in, they have different different practice rooms for your specific band to practice in.
And these are on base.
These are on base. So we have a band building on base.
Okay.
And we rehearse in that space. We rehearse, and then after rehearsal, we have admin jobs for the band. So for me, I am in the social media and marketing. And then other people, whether it's supply, making sure we have our uniforms, because there are a whole set of different other uniforms for the band, and or making sure our gigs line up. So you do have admin work, but it's only for the band. It's only things for the band. Again, I'm in social media, so I make posts on our websites and on our social media platforms. So
when y'all get ready for a gig, is there an entire spreadsheet? I'm climbing in the weeds because I'm a musician, so I love this stuff. I nerd out on this stuff. Does something come down the pipe where like you get a sheet of paper detailing everything about that gig? We're going to wear this. You've got to be here at this time. All of this, like.
Yeah. So when you get ready for a gig, you have a gig sheet, and it details everything that you're doing from the time you leave to the time you come back. So it has times, it has, your contacts, making sure you're in touch with people that are running the event. Also has exactly what you're going to wear and other details as far as when you're downbeat of when you're playing or singing, and from the time that you leave, how you're getting there, and different things.
Set list, who chooses it?
So we have a musical director for each group, and we kind of sit down all together and come up with songs that we think would be great for a specific event or the public, and we kind of make that call all together, but it's up to our musical director to make the set list and make the order of how we're going to perform these songs. So
I saw you perform for high school students.
Right.
I saw you do some very contemporary popular music.
Right.
You might not do that same music for another gig with an audience that's not as young.
Correct. So if we're going to a space where we know there are going to be veterans in the audience or whatnot, we would make sure that we have the songs that they would recognize
best
and love.
Fit the audience.
Right. So that's like a part of our mission, is to connect with people. And one way that we connect with people is making sure that we're on up and up about our audiences and know who we're performing for. And so we came here at the high school, so we're singing, things that are they recognize, that are on the radio, and that they can connect with.
Okay. Is recruitment a part of your job?
Yeah, so we're not the recruiting office, but we are another element for recruiting for the Air Force. Yes, for the Air Force, yes.
All right, everybody's going to be mad if you don't sing something, so we're going to do a little something.
Okay.
It took us a second to actually come up with something that I would know how to play. So, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, Otis Redding, classic. All right, here we go.
Sitting in the morning sun, I've been sitting till the evening comes. Yeah, watching the ships rolling. Then I watch them roll away again. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh yeah, I'm gonna sit on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Ooh, I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I've got nothing to live on, and nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Yeah, 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 I'm gonna sit on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Yeah. Yeah.
Student council elections are tomorrow. We caught up with Coach Sandlin for updates.
We are here with Coach Sandlin. He is on the student council. Say it one more time.
I am on student council. True statement.
This week, we have the elections. Tell the students everything they need to know about the election process.
I have no idea how the election process goes. Cole Bostick does, though, and I'll be there to help him as his right-hand man along the way.
So whatever instructions he gives you, you're going to follow.
Yes, and if he doesn't know it, you can find Jolly. She will also know it. and I will be her right-hand man along the way.
But one more time, he is on student council.
I am on student council.
Prom King 03.
That didn't need to be said. But yeah, I'm on student council because my part in student council is going to be obviously being the legwork for the team, the morale booster. And also my community service class is a good marriage with this class because it's going to do all the work that when they collect things and things that needed for community service, we're going to go around and help collect it and just promote civic responsibility. So,
Okay. You have traditionally not liked the spotlight
no,
at all.
No, I prefer the shadows.
You were on the EVTV cast when you were in high school.
I was. Yes, I was.
Okay, who was your homeboy who was always trying to get one up on you? Was it Joey? What was his name?
Yeah, there were two guys that were really good at it. I mean, there was a cast of people that were really good at it, but Joey Thorson and Jason Watson were real funny. They were very funny dudes. And there was a lot of good footage that probably shouldn't have been aired, but things were a lot lax back then. And
Not like today.
no, all the stuff we did would have never made you would have been fired a long time ago.
Now, one of my favorite clips ever was when you turned 18 on October 29th, by the way, his birthday, for the man who doesn't like attention. And they decided to get the entire band to march into practice in the gym to sing Happy Birthday to you.
They did. It was a surprise. It caught me off guard. It was very sweet. It was good. One of the comments on YouTube, which I still find funny to this day, is they said, I don't understand what's so special about this guy. It must be small town. And still to this day, that makes me laugh. But it was nice of them. It was really sweet of them. Yeah.
Well, Tay was watching the clip this morning, and what he said was, man, I wish somebody would get the whole band to come down, march down the hall for my birthday.
He lying. First off, I didn't say I wish. I said it would be nice, or like it'd be funny if something like that happened. Like I wouldn't feel embarrassed, because he said you felt embarrassed. So don't go live.
But here's the trick, is that I tried to treat everybody, I was nice. I tried to treat everybody love. Didn't matter if you're in band or whatever you're in, you just tried to show folks love. So they hooked me up that day, and it was embarrassing, but it was nice. So
Right. Well, all the students pretty much these days would love the band to march behind them down the halls on their birthday, because it seems like students these days enjoy the attention more than they probably should.
Yeah, go ahead and harass Mr. King. I mean, just bother him about it. I'm sure he can make it happen. It's like Bostic's shout outs on the press box football. We can just do birthday band day. See, this is why I've never been on EVTV. I'm causing trouble. So, yeah.
He's already stirring the pot. Hey, but we do have those student council elections. They're coming up tomorrow. This whole segment was supposed to be good information about that, but he doesn't know any of that information. So,
student council.
He is on student council, and there's teachers who have been shocked that you're on student council.
Yeah, and I'm gonna prove them wrong. This is a bad example of why I would prove them wrong.
It's now time for today's announcements. Pay attention, we're moving fast. Horn Lake High is starting a bowling team, and if you are interested, please see Coach Shad in E9. The first practice will be held on October 11th. All are allowed to participate. There's a new scholarship opportunity currently open for all students. You simply upload a short video of yourself detailing how COVID-19 has affected you. The scholarship is for all grades and is worth close to $2,000. 4 different submissions will be accepted. You can check out the bulletin board at the counselor's corner for more details. Hurry up! The deadline for the scholarship is today, September the 15th. The foreign language department is planning a 10-day trip to Costa Rica in June 2023. Ms. Daughtery will host a virtual interest meeting for students and family this Thursday, September the 16th. Please contact Ms. Daughtery in room E14 to let her know ahead of time if you plan on attending the meeting. That's it for today's episode here at Horn Lake. We are better students, always growing and expecting more. Stay tuned for your lunch menus, athletic schedules. We'll see you here tomorrow. Have a
Too
fantastic
many
day.
days in the darkness, without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, hat pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, but darling, you were meant to survive. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. Just like a seed in a garden, you will grow to be tall, staring out over miles of land without it.